Today is June 4th, 2026. It is day 25 of Art Every Day. So, on this channel, I've been making art every single day. The hope is to be able to do this for an entire year and just see what happens. I don't really have an end goal in mind, but we'll find out along the way. So, this has been Color Theory Week. So, I've been trying to teach myself color theory, understand some of the basics of it, and I've been walking through step by step for the rest of the week. So a couple days ago, we started just with values and doing value studies, understanding darks and lights and midtones, and then yesterday we decided to go for a monochromatic piece. And today I'm stepping up a little further. I'm going for more than one color, and we're going to be using four today. So I've got four hues that I used to make this piece today, and if you take a little walk with me, I'll show you how I did it. So if you want to jump right ahead into how I painted that and watch me paint that, I'm going to have a timestamp in the description below. You can also click on the bar along the bottom here of the video to go ahead and skip ahead. Excuse me. I'm going to start though by talking a little bit about color theory, analogous colors and color harmony. So what's going on when we have analogous colors? So analogous colors are incredibly close to each other on the color wheel. They have very similar hues. So you have warm colors on one side, cool colors on another. And as you increase closer towards red, you've got these warmer colors. As you go closer towards blue, you've got these cooler colors. And, you can use the color wheel to pick colors that are going to play nice with each other. Although also colors that are going to play dirty with each other too. If you're able to accomplish that. I don't feel like I'm able to do that yet, so I'm sticking with low and slow. Like my chili last night that I forgot to put away. That was actually kind of tragic. I woke up this morning and I saw it on the stove, and the stove was off, and I wanted to put it away. Just overnight, let it cool down, and it was just on the stove. And I thought, oh my god, it's been all night. So, and in the same way, these analogous colors stew together, and they play nice with each other, and they sort of have a very common flavor profile, I'll say. So, in this Monet painting, I forget the exact name of it. I think it's just called like Lilies Over Water or something like that. We have a lot of analogous colors. So we've got these rich greens, these deep blue greens. Interestingly enough, none of these blues that you see in the bridge or in the water actually lean towards blue. Um, they lean towards it, and it's sort of like a bleen, like a blue green teal, but none of them are like a deep blue, um, borderline indigo. Nothing like that. There are still some other colors in here that lean towards yellow. I don't think there are any that are actually yellow, but keeping these in similar values and similar hues and playing around with them, he's able to sort of achieve this effect. And so, what I'm hoping to be able to do today is do something similar. So, I wanted to make that sunset that you saw in the beginning. I love finding a reference for what I want to do and then doing it a little bit different. So I don't want to copy the exact same colors that Monet used. I want to find colors that are going to play nice in a different way, maybe in a warmer tone, like that sunset. Um, but yeah, so let's jump right into it. Actually, just kidding. Let's not jump right into it. If you're familiar with this channel, you also know that this is sort of a journal for myself. Just writing down how I'm feeling throughout the process of learning, and any sort of mental resistance discoveries that I've had, not only in this practice, but in ways that it's affected me outside in my personal life. And today was another one of those days. I noticed the exact same thing happened yesterday and the day before, that I've been having a lot of psychological friction. And it's the same psychological friction that I notice when I want to go to the gym, but I just don't want to at the same time. Like, I can come up with excuses not to. It's a chore. I don't have time. I gotta get ready for it. I gotta go out. I gotta do X, Y, and Z. And it would be so much easier to just stay home and not do it at all. But at the end of the day, every time that I do go to the gym, I come home feeling amazing. I feel like I accomplished something. I've got endorphins going through my body. And there's this sense of achievement that I wouldn't have had if I didn't do it. And this has been happening with this channel and with these practices that I've been doing for myself. So I'll be honest. Most days I wake up and I go, how am I gonna fit this in the schedule? What time am I gonna do it? Am I gonna do it in the morning? Am I gonna do it at night? Is this something that I even want to do today? Do I even want to do this anymore? And I have to say yes. Yes, I do want to do this. And I made a promise to myself. And at the end of the discomfort, I'm going to grow and feel better. So, today was another one of those days. And I guess that's just something that I've noticed in myself. And if you notice that there's something that you don't want to do, but you know that you should, give it a try. And you don't know what's going to happen, you know? I could promise you it's probably not going to be nearly as bad as how you're making it to be in your mind. And all the stress that we have and stress that we create for ourselves, a lot of it's made up by our own brains, right? So, yeah, that's just this update here. And let's jump into it now. All right. So you already saw it at the beginning of the video, and I mentioned them before, but I picked 4 colors today that play nice together, that I thought looked analogous, because they are analogous. All 4 of these colors are right next to each other in the color wheel, and it gives an immediate sense of harmony, and they blend together very easily in a way that makes sense to the eye, doesn't confuse the eye, and yeah. So we've got this yellow color, this orange color, and sort of this um, I don't know what to call this. You know, my eye doctor says that I'm red-green colorblind. I don't believe him for a second, because I know for a fact this is not green, but it's definitely not red. There's something about it. There's like a little tint of this magenta color. So I've got these 4 hues that I picked here, and I'm just gonna put these to the side. I'm gonna try not to use the color wheel in the corner of Photoshop for any picking. I'm not gonna use the eyedropper tool on the canvas. I'm just gonna pick the colors from up in the top left corner and blend them together as they need to be. So I'm using Kyle's toolbox, I think it's called. Let me take a look here. Kyle's paint box, real oils is what it's called. So I'm still learning a lot about Photoshop and having a lot of fun with it along the way. So it's cool that you can sort of achieve this oil color painting effect and blend these colors together. So let me get rid of this here and put this up in the corner. And I think for the process of the painting, I'm going to go ahead and speed it up. And, I mean, this process is pretty self-explanatory. I found a nice reference image of just a sunset. I don't remember where I found it or where I got it from. I would credit the original photographer. I think it was honestly like a paint website, like Bear or like Glidden, something like that. So let's speed this up here, and we can just speed run through this. And you can sort of see the process that I've got. It's just looking at what the reference is and going back and forth, playing around. I love playing with colors, and that's the best way to think of this, right? Is play, because otherwise it's a chore, and sometimes it does feel like a chore. But when you're in the middle of it, when I'm in the middle of it, it feels so fun, and it reminds me of why I wanted to do this and why I love doing this. You know. And another reason I really love doing this one, I'm not very experienced at clouds, um, grading colors, like sort of achieving this gradient. Um, and cloud, like I said, clouds are something that I really struggle with because they're so visually delicate, right? Like they have this quality to them that it's very hard to replicate when you're doing a line drawing. Um, you might be able to just with a puffy sort of shape. Um, but it's something that I know that I needed to practice. So this is felt like good practice for me. Sort of finding the ways that the light bounced off of the clouds. On a sunset like this, you almost get this effect where the light is really coming up from under the horizon and bouncing underneath the clouds, which is so cool. Um, you know when you're like at the parking lot at the grocery store. I know it's a meme and it's not an original thought, but it's so true. Like you just get these magnificent scenes when you're in the middle of nowhere sometimes, or you're just going about your day. So that's what this felt like for me. And I'm just going in and putting in these palm trees. I found a nice. I took that purple and gave it a really dark value, and highly saturated it. And just went in and played around here. I ended up finding this bad tangent along this lower cloud as well. So I go in here and just try to fix that. I don't like these intersecting lines. It takes a second for me to realize, I think, and then I go, oh yeah, let's fix that. So, and then here it is. You know, good enough for a 30-minute sketch. I've got 4 analogous colors, 4 different hues that I picked from. And yeah. So again, this has been day 25. Color Theory Week has been a lot of fun. It feels like I'm stretching my brain in ways that I really haven't before, and I guess that's the whole goal of this, isn't it? So they say that if you feel uncomfortable and you push through that discomfort, it means you're learning. I don't know what that means, but I'm definitely feel like I'm learning. So, again, day 25, art every day, and June 4th, 2026. Thanks for stopping by. If you enjoyed this video, give me any suggestions for what you'd like to see in the future. I saw somebody had commented that they wanted to see a kitty cat. So I apologize for forgetting to do that. But maybe I'll paint my cat. I'll paint a painting of my cat. I'm not gonna put paint on my cat. I just wanted to make that clear. So thank you again. Hope you all have a great day.